First of all, have you gotten a chance to sort of settle down and relax after it was a very tense match that you had earlier today?
Yeah, I was in terms of tension, it's probably the most that I felt during a tournament. Wouldn't say ever, but in a very very long time. I think that just goes to show that the new format brings something to the table that yeah, during the final weekend everything's on the line, and there's gonna be nerves, there are gonna be swings and everything.
And you had like, I think there was like 20,000 followers on the YouTube stream at the end of your match. What would you say about sort of how the reception has been from fans of the tournament so far?
I think people in general have been pretty positive, um, and as in terms of raw numbers, I don't know what numbers are good and what numbers are not good. That's not really my job, but um, I've personally I've had a lot of fun watching as well as playing, and I hope others have as well.
Um, yeah, do you feel like it's gotten sort of a positive response in the chess community, at least from what you can tell?
Yeah, from what I can tell, obviously people not only in the chess community but elsewhere are pretty starved
Right.
for any sort of live sports now at all. So I think in that sense, it's been great. And yeah, in general in the chess community, I think people love it, and they love both the fact that it's happening and um, also the format with everything online.
Now, in terms of putting it together, and you really got a star-studded cast of chess players in this tournament, was everyone very much on board right away in terms of wanting to participate?
Yeah, it was a bit surprising. So we issued invitations to 7 players, apart from me, and I'd expected some of them to be positive, and some to be a bit more lukewarm. But I think everybody was just so thrilled to play, and from what I've heard from the players, they've been very very happy to play. And they I mean, for a chess player, what's not to love? You get high stakes games against the best in the world, several games each day, and you don't even have to move away from your home to do it. So I think it's pretty cool.
Yeah, and I assume that your routine is pretty different when you're at home versus going and doing a classic over the board match. Sort of, you wake up tomorrow morning knowing that you have a championship match, but you're not leaving your home. I mean, what do you even do to prepare in that sort of setting?
Yeah, it's a bit weird, but I try to do much of the same. Sleep well, eat well. Then I do my preparation. Um, Chess wise, I'm constantly in touch with my coach. So yeah, it's different, but I think the approach is not. Yeah, there's a lot of the same, especially during this final weekend. I think to some extent, those who qualified for the final four were coasting a bit towards the end of the preliminaries, but certainly now in the finals, it feels every bit as serious and every bit as real as classical over the board tournaments.
And I know it's sort of important for you to stay in good physical shape. That's always been something that you've emphasized, having a workout routine, having a diet routine. Have you been able to keep that up during the coronavirus pandemic, or have you been limited at all with it?
It's been a bit difficult because I love to play soccer and sometimes basketball as well. I would usually play soccer at least twice a week, I would say, and obviously that cannot be not done now. So in that sense, it's been it's been less. That's that's for sure. So hopefully now the country is opening up a little bit, so it'll be easier to actually go outside.
So this tournament's sort of an extension of the online presence that you usually have in the chess community, and sort of you leveraging your popularity to reach chess fans. How important is that for you to be an ambassador of the chess game?
Frankly, I just love to play. So I I'm happy to be doing the things that I'm doing for Chess 24 with Banter Blitz, playing against whoever wants to challenge me. I think it's a good thing to be at least somewhat accessible. And but at the end of the day, I'm most of all a chess player. So that's what I'm focusing on. I think I'm the best ambassador that I can be when I actually play well. Like it's all good to say nice words and so on, but I don't think um, they mean a whole lot. Like I don't want to be the guy who is like trying to be a good ambassador by being nice to everybody, and yeah, winning is much more important. So that's what I'm really focusing on.
I've noticed that your webcam hasn't fallen down at all this tournament. That's something that your fans on YouTube always are ribbing you about. Is that something that you've finally fixed and taken care of for good?
No, actually, no. I've broken my webcam for good. It's fallen down one too many times. So now I'm just really just taping the webcam to this
Okay.
to the computer.
Um,
Actually, I mean, I've bought several new webcams. For some reason, I got a laptop without the built-in webcam, and then I bought, and none of them, like they've stopped falling down, but then now they're malfunctioning for other reasons. Like I probably spent a lot more money on equipment than just people who for whom these things work every time. So that's a little bit annoying, but it's become my thing. So I don't know if I can stop doing it.
there are worse things to struggle with, I guess.
For sure.
So you're turning 30 this year.
Yeah.
That's kind of a big number. Um, do you think at all about sort of the legacy that you're trying to develop, and also as you're getting older, trying to hold off young and up and coming chess players, and sort of, your mental strategy with that?
It's becoming harder to be relevant. That's for sure. And yeah, at some point I'm going to be surpassed. I mean, there's no question about that. I'm just trying to delay it as much as I can, and I do feel when I'm playing some of the youngsters like Firuza that I mean, he's just quicker than I am. Like his mind is just, what could he do? He's 16. I was pretty damn quick back then when I was that young as well. So I think some things there are just nothing you can do about. And fortunately, I can still match the youngsters with my experience, as well as, like, I'm not ancient yet. I should still be in my prime, but I do feel that some of the youngsters are a bit quicker than I am, and I mean, it does bother you. It sort of reminds me that I'm very, very human, and I don't like that.
And what are your emotions? Like a game like today, for example, when you're really pushed to your limit, there was really a point where at least on your face, you seemed stressed out. And then at the end of game 4, that was sort of the momentum changer. And you pump your fist afterwards. You seem almost relieved, knowing that you're sort of always fighting off time and fighting off competitors. When you're able to pull out a close win like that, sort of what are the emotions that you're feeling?
It's of course of course relief, but um, I mean I cannot remember being as satisfied with the win as I have today. Like this one was tough, and I knew going into the match, like usually going into such a match, I'm thinking that um, frankly, I'm thinking that if I'm even close to my best, I will win. But now I knew that there is nothing certain at all. So being able to pull it out, especially facing such adversity, it's a great feeling, and I'm just hoping to make it through the final as well, and that would mean a lot to me.
And then finally, sort of seeing how successful this tournament has been in terms of viewership and interest, and the games have been tense. Do you feel like this is something that maybe can start to change the way things go in terms of, the maybe more of a focus on online play, even when this pandemic is over?
I hope so. I think in general, for the good, for the world, it's good if people travel less. So if we can contribute to that, then then great. And there will certainly be more tournaments online with the same or similar format. So yeah, I'm very much looking forward to that. And yeah, but it's not over yet. The best is yet to come, hopefully.
Well, sounds good. I think there's going to be a lot of people excited to watch the finals tomorrow on Sunday. So, yeah, appreciate you taking the time, Magnus.
Thank you.
Take care.
Okay, take care. Bye.